Hello, my loves. Welcome into this reading for Moon in Pisces. Hello. It's good to have you guys here. If you haven't already seen the introduction to the Pisces Solar Season video and you want to go watch that, it is linked in the description and should be popping up here. So, the moon in the astrological story represents our emotions. So, your emotions express themselves through the Piscean archetype, which is accepting energy, intuitive energy, very, very devoted, very sensitive, very compassionate. So your emotions have these qualities to them. You're feeling most emotionally stable when you're swimming in these vibrations, these awarenesses, these perspectives, these emotional qualities really open your heart. Your heart really loves to be compassionate. Your heart is very, very sensitive to the things going on around it. It's naturally accepting. It's naturally intuitive. And so what we're going to be doing here with the Rider-Waite Tarot is we're going to be finding out how to activate your intuition within your emotions in a deeper way this solar season. So if you haven't already taken a few deep breaths, close your eyes, and opened your heart to receive the guidance most aligned for you at this time, I invite you to go do that. To do that now, pause the video if you need. Okay. And let's find out what advice wants to come through from your spiritual support team to help you activate your intuition in your emotions. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So you guys got the Six of Pentacles. Okay. You can tell it's the Six of Pentacles because there is the symbol of Pentacles there, and there's six of them. It's also the Roman numeral 6 at top. And you can see the energy of this card fairly clearly. It's this person who has a lot giving to people who have less. Okay. They're holding scales. So there's actually a balancing of scales. There's a balancing of giving and receiving. It's almost like this person is giving back to the people who have helped them get to where they are. That's kind of a little energy that's coming through here. Okay. So as you activate your intuition in your emotional realm, okay, it feels like a giving and receiving. And to me, what I'm feeling and sensing is like your intuitions and your emotions are going to give to you the more you give to them. So the more you're journaling about your intuition, the more you're taking time to sit and breathe and feel into what it is that you're actually feeling, and to allow yourself to, like the Pisces fish, swim in that realm. The more that you listen to those small intuitive nudges, like, for example, if I'm about to leave someplace and then I get the nudge like, bring your gemstones. And I'm like, why would I bring my gemstones? I don't need them right now. But I grab my gemstones, and then all of a sudden I run into somebody who I have a gemstone for, right? Like, oh my gosh, I had that gemstone at home and I had the intuition to bring it, and I didn't bring it because I talked myself out of it. So the more you listen to your emotions giving you these intuitive hits, the more you're going to receive from your intuition. Like, the more clear this communication is going to become, the more strongly you're going to get intuitive hits. So you're activating your intuition and your emotions by giving to your intuition through holding space for it, giving time for it, following through on it, expressing it through your art, through your journaling, through communicating, through meditating, any of these ways. Another thing here is that if you get an intuitive guidance or hit to give to somebody else, especially somebody else who has supported you in some way, like I'm really feeling that energy strongly. I don't always associate that energy with this card, but that's come up twice for me as I've been talking about it. So just know that for some of you, there is this karmatic balance thing, because again, they are holding a scales, right? So they are balanced. There's some balancing of the scales here. So maybe your intuition knows that there's some balancing of the scales to happen through giving, and it's guiding you to that. Okay, so listen to that specifically as you're activating your intuition by honoring it and giving to it by following through on it. Definitely make sure that you don't ignore any messages that resonate with this card. Okay. You may also be receiving, so you might also be following your intuition into a place that you are receiving some karmatic payoff in the terms of actual physical things. So, Earth is represented by pentacles, and Earth represents the material world. Okay, so we're talking about some sort of material giving and receiving that your intuition may be guiding you to. And that's really what I'm feeling for you here. Really give as much as you can to your intuition. Give it like the physical, bring it into the physical, right? That's why journaling is really important. That's why expressing it's really important, especially through art. Like if you're turning your intuitive guidance or your emotional impulses into some sort of physical object. It also could be meditating and talking, but they have a less physical component. And because this is the Six of Pentacles, we're talking about the physical realm. I'm stressing and emphasizing those physical ways of giving and receiving with your intuition. Okay. Let me know how this resonates. Let me know if you have questions. My beautiful moon in Pisces. Thank you so much for all the depth of emotion that you bring. You are the most emotional out of all this. Pisces is the most emotional out of all the signs, and the moon is the most emotional out of all of the planets, right? So you are very emotional, and that's a gift. So thank you so much for the gifts that you offer in the emotional sphere, and thank you for activating your intuition in this realm, merging more with your emotions this solar season as Pisces energies are spotlighted. As always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors that universal light within you. Namaste.